Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the Pigskin Panel. Hope everybody's off to a wonderful Wednesday and start to their week here. I guess it's hump week, so I guess, or hump day, so I guess it's not the start, but it's the middle of it. But we are back with another episode. It is your favorite four guys here. Of course, introducing the man to my right. We call him Mr. Dr. Evil there. We got Mr. Mikey Sharp representing in his Bud Light chair, or is it Coors chair?
Coors, I think.
Oh, Coors.
Can't even get out of the way.
If the mountains is blue, you know what to do. Glad to have you again here, Mike. And then to the bottom of him, we have the man representing the. Oh wait, do we talk about it? Do we talk about it? No. We got my man Joe Bragg and Mr. Braggino to the bottom right. Then of course below me, we have the Flock Man Gang himself, Mr. Cody Mcguire, who I know is just soaring this week. So and I'm AJ Lavender, and together we are four best friends that are just interested in football, that always talk about football behind closed scenes. So we decided to make this podcast just to share those thoughts and that banter in front of you guys in the public scene. And today, guys, man, what a week. We can officially call it one that's for the history books. So there's been two big plays that happened that was written in history. One was for a tie for a record, and one actually broke it. So we'll start off with that, and that is with my man Cody Mcguire here, the Baltimore Ravens. And I was just telling the guys before this, it has been 3 weeks since we actually started off and highlighted the Baltimore Ravens. The first week, of course, was the upset against the Raiders. Then the second week was Lamar trancing over the Chiefs. And now the third week, we have who we call Goten Tucker hitting a 66-yard field goal to break the record against the Detroit Lions in the worst way the Lions could have lost, but it's the Lions' way. But before we show the clip, man, Cody, how's it feel to have your boy now, first ballot Hall of Famer already? Now he's going to be in the debate as the greatest ever, man. What's your thoughts on it?
It's nice to have players like that can step up in big moments and do what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, we saw the complete opposite of that this week with Marquise Brown. A week after I was pumping his tires on here saying he's been playing really well, he drops two touchdowns that I think you might have been able to haul in. So it's nice to see a guy go in and week out. Whenever he takes a kick, I'm very rarely nervous ever. You expect him to hit it. Think about it this way too. How many kickers in the league? Like, every time Justin Tucker misses a kick, I know, because people message me and like, "Yo, Tucker missed a kick." Nobody does that with anyone else. He's just worked up his reputation so much that you expect him to hit every single kick that he takes, right? Even when he went up to kick that 66-yarder, it was a far-fetched one, but I thought he could maybe kick it. I think that record's going to stand for quite a while, though. In a dome, Tucker's one of the best kickers all time, and it bounced off the crossbar. He needed some luck to even hit it. So I don't see anyone breaking that anytime soon. But yeah, it was a cool play. I think your cousin, right? Yeah. He was at that game, right?
So big shout out to my boy, my family, TJ Madison, the host of Beyond the Tracks podcast, always showing love, of course, in the panel. He was there live to go witness it. And then, half our family is Lions fans, half the family is Ravens fans. He was in person to watch it, had a cool reaction video. I'll try to pull it up and then show you guys his reaction to it. But it was pretty wild. But, yeah, man, and it's crazy because, there's been a lot of people talking now. Is Justin up there, with Vinatieri? And it's tough, man. One of the most accurate kickers in NFL history with Justin Tucker competing.
You look at Tucker's resume, he already has a Super Bowl. And he already has the Super Bowl. He has multiple All-Pros. He has multiple Pro Bowls. He has the record for the longest kick. He has the highest field goal percentage of all time. He has 26 of 30 from 50 plus. I mean, there's not a whole lot this guy has not done.
Yeah. With all due respect, I don't really care that he has a Super Bowl. It's about your kicking stats, not really about team stats when it comes to kickers.
Well, if you want to talk about his kicking stats, they're better than everyone's too. So I mean,
yeah, but Vinatieri played for 24 years. He's got to do it for that long to have. Like, obviously, his stats are going to be better. He's played less years.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, it's hard to, the way he plays, it's hard to really imagine him slowing down too much. He's been really a model of consistency for close to a decade now. He's never shown any faltering at any point other than last year in the playoffs. He played bad, but at the same time, Tyler Bass, who's now one of the better kickers in the NFL, even though he's a sophomore, he himself missed multiple kicks in that game, right? Like, they're outside in Buffalo. The conditions definitely played a part in him missing those field goals. But other than that, that's really about it.
I saw Joe shaking his head, man. Joe, what do you think about it?
No, nobody's as good as Vinatieri yet. Tucker could be there someday, but he's got probably about 15 or 10 more years of kicking to get to that level. We'll see what happens as he ages, but obviously fantastic kicker, you know. Every single year for the last 9-10 years, he's pretty much the first kicker off the board in fantasy because he can get you 12 to 15 points every single week. You know, he's a nasty kicker. I'm not disrespecting Justin Tucker. I think he's fantastic, but you got a long ways to go still to talk about being in the category with Vinatieri. That's just me. But yeah, if some people think that's fantastic. He definitely could get there, but you got to do it for more. You got to do it for more years to come to Vinatieri's level.
But
The GOAT kicker debate,
though.
It's a goat. It's definitely a goat kicker debate. Yeah, for sure.
But we could probably all agree though that Justin Tucker and his trajectory in his career right now, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, no question. He might even be, you know, a couple more years of kicking, get his numbers up a little even higher, and he could be a first ballot Hall of Famer already. You know, there's nobody who's really done what he's doing except for, well, Vinatieri. You got to pass that guy first, or at least come a little bit closer numbers wise. I don't know what total kicks are for each, but you know Tucker's numbers are going to be way lower total kicks than Vinatieri. Yeah. I mean, a lot of Vinatieri's misses too were at the end of his career when he kind of stunk and he probably should have hung it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's if you Google Vinatieri right now, and it's like his last couple of years, it's hilarious because it's like he's like a grandpa, like long gray beard.
Some of the kicks I seen him miss, you know, the last when did he retire? Maybe 4 years ago or something like that.
Like 1 year ago.
I think it was like maybe 2 years ago, if that at max. Yeah,
2 years max. There you go. Like. Near the end of his career, he was shanking kicks left, right, and center. So
I think he was the kicker all the way up till they got hot rod, which was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, there you go.
Vinatieri, he retired 2019.
There's a lot of good kickers in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
though. There hasn't been this many good.
Last year was
quite a while.
First.
Yeah, there is a lot of good kickers in the league right now.
And then for everybody that did, I don't know if you're a football fan and you couldn't have seen it or witnessed it because it was all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over YouTube, all over SportsCenter. Here's a clip to show you exactly the field goal record-setting kick.
With 3 seconds to play. "49 straight field goals."
This is the guy you want, Greg. If you're in this situation, I can't think of a better option.
This is for an NFL record 66 yards. On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good.
Did that just happen, Greg?
What a kick!
And the hearts of all Detroit Lions fans.
I like how it was dead center too. Like it was either in or short.
Yeah.
There's not like, oh, is it gonna go wide?
Right.
You can't be too excited though, man. It took us breaking a record to be. You know, I think the Lions, I will say that they are playing better than I expected them to. I know Joel said that he thought the team was going to do all right. I think this team is awful on this roster. They do play well, though. They've hung in with the Niners. They hung in with us, so got to give them that. But yeah, the fact that it took us breaking the all-time record to beat them is a little concerning. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
And then
Man,
here's a side view too from like I said before I found it. My cousin TJ live in the stands when it went down.
Oh, it's even on the side.
Oh my fucking God! Oh my God!
So yeah, it was a good day to be a Ravens fan, especially if you're there in Detroit. You know, probably there's some more jerseys being burnt because last time I went to a Lions game, they faced Peyton Manning and the Broncos, and then everybody was burning Matt Stafford jerseys outside afterwards. It was like,
How disrespectful is that? One of the best quarterbacks in the league.
The one thing that I did like to see in the game, though, is us taking shots. We're doing a lot of that lately. Our Lamar's leading the league in yards per completion. He is pretty sure, what is it? I have it written down here. So yeah, his average distance of target is actually also leading the league, 12.3 yards per target, which is 2.6 further than the next highest quarterback, which is Josh Allen. So it's nice to see stuff like that. Like, we never saw any of that last year or any time really. So I mean, it's nice to see us doing that and Lamar taking some shots and trying to become a passer, which is what everyone wants him to do. So at least we're trying to do it.
Yeah, there's some more positive news coming out of your camp too. And there's some positive news coming out of your camp with officially the Ravens upgrading Rashad Bateman off the IR back to the roster, which is going to be a nice addition. Of course,
three defenders too. Three defenders are back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Bateman does. I think he's a great player. So, I mean, we haven't seen him on the field, but his tangibles and all his skill sets that he has, like Lamar in an interview, I don't know if it was today or after the game, but he was saying that he thinks he has great hands, he's a great route runner, and he has sneaky speed. So, I mean, he's not going to hurt our roster, that's for sure. So we'll see how he does this week against the Broncos, actually. So they'll probably have Patrick Surtain, I would think, covering him most of the game. So we'll see how that goes.
Pastor Surtain is a lockdown, absolute lockdown cornerback.
I doubt they even played in college either.
Yeah.
Where did Bateman come from?
Minnesota, I think, and I don't think they would have played in SEC team.
Yeah, at all. Unless it was playoffs, but then they wouldn't even have seen each other in playoffs. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. As I shared to the group too, PFF just actually released the statistics with Pastor Surtain and talk about shutdown. He has for a man-to-man coverage, he has a passer grade rating of 10.6, and they said if you were a quarterback and threw all your passes in the dirt, you'd have a 36.6. So he is the real deal, and I'm super excited. Of course, during the draft, wherever you would, as a Broncos fan, not knowing the quarterback, you would have loved a Justin Fields type of deal or whatever it may be. But now seeing that, we got one, boys. like that meme, we got him.
I didn't think I was preaching all draft.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted Dallas to take all draft.
Him and J.C. Horn have both been. I think J.C. Horn is
just got injured.
Yeah, he broke his foot, but I think his passer rating allowed is something like 40 or something like that. It's very low, so he's been really good too.
And you know who I forgot about? What about my man from was it Virginia that went to the Titans? You remember
Farley?
He was. Yeah, has Farley even played this year?
I think he's still rehabbing.
Caleb Farley.
Well, Stokes just played his first game for the Packers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he looked good.
I think that was his first game, and he looked pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
I wasn't sure if Farley was even going to start the season out of the draft.
Let's see. Doesn't look like he's played yet, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Who did he get drafted to again?
The Titans.
They could use him. They are terrible. They're secondary.
Yeah. Well, they lost everyone.
Yeah, because he's just recovering from a back surgery right before the draft, right? And that's the reason why they shot him.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And he didn't even play his senior year because of COVID,
No.
right?
That's what was puzzling, is why he wouldn't get the surgery before.
Yeah, that doesn't sound not the smartest idea. Unless it was like, I don't want to go to a bad team, so I'm just gonna get back surgery. Hopefully, I get drafted by a team that's in the 17 plus. That could have been
there's good teams that are drafting high because of unfortunate circumstances
in trades and all that stuff too, right? Like we can see
Yeah.
right now with the Rams and the Lions kind of a deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it's been a crazy week 3. Like I said, with we've seen the Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal. However, it could have been okay. It could have not set the record. Like, figure this out. If you look back at the Jacksonville game, that was another record-setting thing. Matt Prater went to go attempt a 68-yarder and just ended up short. And actually, the reverse happened. So he was going to break the record for the field goal kick with a 68-yarder. And what actually happened was Jamal Agnew tied the most longest play record in NFL history at a 109-yard return, which is the tied for the third biggest play in NFL history. So it's funny how either way it went in the record books, but yeah,
that's the longest possible play, right?
Yeah, longest possible play. Yeah, because 110 would be your foot out would be out of the end zone. Unless if you run and then when you get to basically the 1 yard line, you like heave yourself, like yeet yourself all the way to like the back end post. I guess that would be the longest.
I don't think it matters.
But yeah, so it's been interesting. Like I said, historic week. And again, before we go on the conversation, though, again, just want to show our love and support for everybody that came on to the podcast as always. Always comment in the comment section below, as well as just giving us our love afterwards in the comment sections afterwards. So we truly do appreciate you guys. But going on to the next, we talked about Matt Stafford and the Lions burning his jerseys. And my God, is he ever proven them wrong, man. Stafford is showing what he can do, and they just went up and upsetted the Super Bowl favorites, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the GOAT, Tom Brady. Boys, is that LA Rams team now the legit, real deal Super Bowl favorites, or what do you guys think about that? Well, first about the game too. Like if you guys watch the game and watch highlights of it.
They're contenders. Definitely contenders. Their defense is looking pretty good. And, to keep – it sounds bad, but to keep the Bucs to 24 points is pretty good. But I also, so far this year, it almost seems like the Bucs defense is a bit of an issue. Like, they're giving up a lot of points so far. But, yeah, like, we'll see. Like, Brady's always going to be Brady in the playoffs, but the Rams have a solid squad, and it almost seems like Stafford and McVay are, like, just perfect together. Because there's a lot of things I feel like McVay wanted to do with Goff, and Goff just didn't have the ability to do it. Now we can do it with Stafford.
Oh, well, we know Stafford's arm talent is out of this world, too. Like,
yeah,
we seen the week 1 game. Just first play, no hesitation, play action, just heaves it to Van Jefferson. Like, not scared to use it at all. And I agree with you there. I think, there's like, been a lot of limitation of Jared Goff. I think he's just more of that calculated. He's really not that big time thrower. He's more of that yak big play type of thrower. I think McVay with his creative prowess in his offense, him and Stafford.
Yeah, and those wide receivers, right? Like they can get deep and create separation, and Goff just couldn't get them the ball.
I know we talked about last week, man. Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, all these great Keenan Allen, all these great route runners. We are disrespecting Cooper Kupp, man. That guy is silky, like absolute silky. Be able to get open. Separation is ridiculous. Like Cody, man, you nailed it, man. You was praising Cooper Kupp before the season started, man. And if he shows that he can stay healthy, because I know that was his biggest problems over the years. But man, talk about a great talent, man.
He has the second most yards ever, actually, through three weeks. The only player that has more than him is Megatron, and it's only like 10 more yards.
That's ridiculous. Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah, so I don't know if that pace seems pretty unsustainable. I thought he was going to be really good and have a great season, but we'll see if it keeps up. He's doing it against good teams, though, too, which is the one reason why you think maybe it will continue. Yeah, he's been
Cody,
really good.
real question, man, here, because the downfall is this, the correction has to happen, right? So like, what are you looking for him to trade? I can probably give probably give you some good pieces before the trade. I mean, for the downfall happens.
He's playing too well to trade him in fantasy. It's impossible to trade him, right? I mean, unless somebody wants to give you like 3 unreal players, then okay. But the nice thing about Cup too is you probably got him in the 5th round this year, right? So you probably even have he's going into the draft, he probably wasn't even your wide receiver 1, right? So you're probably not hurting for wide receivers or anything. So
that happened to me, man. Talk about regrets. So at the table I had for my wide receiver was Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp. And I thought, I was like, oh yeah, I can, Robert Woods with Jared Goff was torching him for yards. I'm like, imagine what Matt Stafford would do, just tossing the bombs. I was like, yeah, I'll go Robert Woods. And I mean,
did not work.
Oh, better days are coming for Robert Woods.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so.
No question. No question.
I definitely hope so. And then with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers too, we got breaking news that just came out. They acquired the former All-Pro Mr. Richard Sherman to add depth to their cornerback. And like you said, Mike, their defense is going to score on a lot. This might be a nice piece to help that. He is getting older. However, he's still shown that he can play at a tremendously high level. Do you guys see this being a real big benefit for it, or do you see it being a good fit? I know, Richard Sherman and Tom Brady had their little beefs back and forth a little bit, but I'd like to hear Joel's perspective on this, man. What do you think?
Well, from what I've seen of Sherman at the Niners, he looked really slow. He looked like he could be beat. That's just me. He's a zone corner. He's not a man-to-man corner. If you ask him to play man-to-man, probably 8 times out of 10 he's going to get toasted. So it all depends on how they use him. I don't think Bruce Arians is an idiot. I think he's a good head coach. I think he knows football very well. So I think he'll put him in the right situation to be successful there. But obviously, you wish Richard the best. But I just don't like guys. I don't like these super teams. I'm starting to get really annoyed about these super teams in basketball and football and soccer now a little bit. Like I'm starting to get a little bit pissed off about the super teams.
It was an understandable move, though. They're missing Jamal Dean and Carlton Davis, right? So it's kind of like.
Well, we both know it doesn't matter who's out or whatever. He went there to try to be on the best team possible. That's why he chose the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the fact that their secondary absolutely stinks. It might be like 25th in the league right now, which is pretty rough, But Tampa Bay, just like last year, they're one of those teams that struggled at the beginning, and every week they got better and got better and got better. And I see the same thing happening this year. They didn't start well against the Cowboys, still managed to get the win in that game. This past weekend, they got. I think it's fair to say they got a little waxed by Stafford and the Rams, and I know later on in the year that that's not going to stay forever. I think the Bucs are one of those teams that just get better as time goes on. So just like really last year, I think it'll be around the exact same thing as last year.
I'm really shocked about that because last year, of course, the Tom Brady coming into town and everything like that, there was this big hoopla and big everything. Of course, the GOATs coming to Tampa Bay. First time ever leaving Patriots and all this stuff, right? And like you said, they had a really slow start. And then you start seeing, a Tom Brady-led team with all the talent that they had start coming to fruition. Yeah. And so, coming to this offseason, seeing that they got back every single player, it's really shocking to see them go off to I'd expect them to come off like the Chiefs of like the 2018, 2019. You know what I mean? Teams going in to smacking everybody like it's no big deal. You know what I mean? So it's just really odd to me, and especially because there's one player that I thought coming back in after a Super Bowl would have just leaped off your screen even more is Devin White. To me, he's just been ghosts, like, Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Like he was literally one of those ghosts that's not existent, because Super Bowl, everything like that, he was popping up your screen, edge to edge linebacker, could not contain him. Like, what in the world happened? Like, is this crazy to me? Like, I don't know, man. Like, is Tampa Bay the frauds, or what's going on here?
I like I said, I just think they're just one of those teams that it just gets better as it goes. It starts slow and every game is getting better. Like the game against the Cowboys, like no disrespect to the Cowboys actually should have won that football game. No word of a lie, the Cowboys should have won that football game. But the Bucs, they just find a way to just do enough, just enough to get by at the very beginning. Like last year, I think they were 6-4, and then they went on that tear where they won all their games. And I can honestly see them being somewhere around there, and then they'll go get off on their stride too. Look at Kansas City right now; they're 1-2, I believe, right? Like so.
I love it. I love it.
You can love it for now, but it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last a while. We all know.
I'm screaming fraud alert if they lose this week.
Oh,
come on, Herbert.
They're definitely not frauds. They've I don't know what's going on there. They've been struggling to get the ball to Tyreek Hill by the looks of it. The run game, like I know me and Sharp and AJ are fans of Edwards-Helaire, but he's got to hold on to the football, man. Like you just cannot be turning the ball over. I remember at the very beginning of before the season started, I said, I'm so pumped for this year, not because every team is better and every team's getting more closer. Other than Kansas City and Tampa Bay, everybody's starting to narrow the gap, and the games are fun, man. They're fun to watch so far this year. Like I know the Cowboys waxed the Eagles there on Monday night, but that was a fun game to watch for me. Like I like watching quarterbacks just absolutely fly. Like Dak was perfect. Like the guy's absolutely money. He's phenomenal to start. He's phenomenal to start the year. For me right now, he might be the best quarterback in the league over the first 3 games. Yeah, they lost that close one to Tampa Bay, but the fact that he could even keep them in that game was phenomenal. I thought that game could have been, like a 35-14 kind of game. And it came right down to the wire. So every game's good. Every game's good right now. And, the league's really, really close. Everything's close. You see, look at the Lions. The Lions even compete with the Ravens right now. The Ravens aren't playing good. The Ravens aren't playing good football, mind you. They're not playing good football. They're hurt. They're banged up, but good on these small teams, man. I absolutely love to see it. The Browns have been struggling a little bit. They're struggling to get going, and you're expecting them to be probably one of the better teams out of the AFC. The Bills lost week 1 to Oakland. Who would have picked that? You'd have to be a crazy man to pick that before the season started. Oakland beating the Bills.
Yeah, a lot of teams just straight. I mean,
Oakland
a lot of people
beat the Ravens week 1.
Yeah, Oakland beat the Ravens.
Yeah. Sorry,
Las Vegas, boys. Las Vegas. The overtime.
He's playing well, dude. He's leading the league in passing yards, which is unbelievable.
Wild,
to be honest. But good for him. He's playing
Yeah,
well.
I was saying in the group today, I like the Broncos are 3-0 and the Raiders are 3-0. I personally think the Broncos are a better team than the Raiders, but we'll see who's going to get that wild card spot, because I already know I'd bet anything that the Chiefs win that division still.
Oh yeah,
no question about it.
That division's ridiculous, though.
It's getting really good. It's getting really good over there.
The Chiefs. The weird thing about the Chiefs, man, is that their offense is so dynamic and so like we said the other day. Patrick Mahomes got the ball back with a minute left or whatever, with no timeouts. It's like, all right, they're gonna lose. I mean, they're still gonna win this game. You know what I mean? He's literally getting that Tom Brady-esque. But is it gonna be to a point where if you have your team just looking to be in the shootout every single game, man, like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like one. Mike, you could probably contest to it from the Dallas Cowboys being the exact same way. All this offensive load power, and then your defense comes in and gives up X amount of points. We're gonna be in a shootout all the damn time. Like, is it really a great way to do it? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the problem with the Chiefs is like no one really talks about it, but their defense is like low key trash. Like they're not very. They can't stop much. But it just seems like they don't care.
Matthew's not there.
Yeah.
If they don't have Jones and Frank Clark out there rushing the passer, forget about it, man. That secondary will get torched.
We have Matt Thompson. He's saying Braga's a Raider hater.
me and Matt. He's a lead hand at my work. We made a little bet that the Dolphins. I bet that the Dolphins would beat the Raiders on Sunday.
Whoa, we have some Dolphins talk. We have some, and it came out. We have Dolphins talk.
Hey, he brought it up. I'm just telling the story. I'm just the author here. So we made a bet Dolphins would beat the Raiders. Dolphins kept it close, obviously, and the Raiders took it at the end. If it wasn't for bad play calling on the Dolphins throwing a screen in their own end zone or a shovel pass on 3rd and 4 to Mike Gesicki in overtime, we might be talking about something different. But the Dolphins are an absolute joke. But yes, I am a Raider hater. Even though I'm wearing Raider colors right now, I would rip this tarp off and put it in a fire right now. I hate the Raiders. I hate the Ravens. This is just who I am. I don't mind saying it. I don't care what anybody writes in the comments. Matt Thompson, I'll talk to you tomorrow at work.
The one underrated thing that the Raiders did was add Casey Hayward. He's been one of the
Dynamite
best in the NFL.
Dynamite. I was talking to.
They got Hobbs beside him too, who's really good, or at least playing really good. Like that's
Abrams playing really well too.
Yeah, we were just chirping Ruggs too, and Ruggs has played well.
Yeah, Ruggs has played well, but yeah, like the Dolphins Raiders game could have been a blowout for the Raiders, a Raiders blowout win. If Josh Jacobs, he's a game changing running back too for them. Surprisingly, Byron Jones locked down Darren Waller. He only had 3 catches, I believe. I couldn't believe it. Like this is shit I haven't seen ever from the Dolphins. They never can cover tight ends. So I remember last year, I'm pretty sure Waller went off against Eric Rowe. Last year he had like 100-something yards. It's just what Darren Waller does. Every time Darren Waller steps on the field, you expect him to put up 80, 90 yards, and a touchdown. The guy's just an absolute animal. But yeah, I give the Raiders props for what they've done so far, but yeah, could care less about them really.
Oh yeah, I'm a Raider hater. Like, if there's one team I cannot stand losing to is the Raiders. Like, cannot stand the black hole whatsoever. And then one of my best friends, her boyfriend Stevie, he's a Raiders diehard fan too. So we always chirp each other when the game comes. But
that's gonna be a hell of a game. The Broncos versus the Raiders. That's gonna be a hell of a game.
December 26th. Is that's the first one? So I think me and my dad are gonna try to go out to Vegas for it. So it is out in Vegas, but yeah, December 26th, the day after Christmas. Be a nice little Christmas gift. But man, yeah. I couldn't imagine going to watch a Broncos game in Raider territory and losing. Oh man, you talking about having a double punch zone? Had to go out to Caesar's Palace and just get absolutely wasted after that game or something.
You're gonna have loogies all over the back of your jersey going home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be an utter shit show.
Been there, done that. Do not wear a Miami shirt in Buffalo. I repeat, do not wear a Miami shirt in Buffalo.
Yeah, ask Josh Payne about that too. Just getting absolute gummed from the from the side. So yeah, so one thing, if you ever go to Bills Mafia Stadium, and Cody can attest to this too, either you don't wear a Dolphins jersey or you don't wear a Santa Claus suit. Either or.
You're gonna get a nice little punch to the head.
Yeah, so those that are watching that don't know the story, I'll let kind of Cody tell you the story on that.
Well, we were at a game and I was wearing a Santa Claus suit and
reasonable.
Why was it? I think it was Christmas Eve or I don't remember anymore.
It was Christmas Eve.
But
Squish the fish.
Yeah, I wasn't even a fan of either team either. Like I was just there watching the game. And then, kind of just like joking around and having fun. And then next thing, Buddy's mad and just, the rest is history. And But the Bills, I like going to the games though. I've been to, I don't know, 2 games? We went to see the Denver Broncos play too.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Game was 50 degrees Celsius. There's one buddy that was wearing a full fur coat and pants in 50-degree weather. It was so bad that they ran out of everything there. You couldn't get water. You couldn't get. I think the only thing they had was like Pepsi or something like that. I was like, man, that's gonna make you dehydrated. They ran out of beer. They ran out of everything that game.
Yeah. Everybody's sitting there like, Broncos are just getting killed too. Like, didn't you guys lose by like 20 or something? 20.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was like 24 points or something like that. It was utterly ridiculous. That was when we had good old Trev Simeon at quarterback.
Oh no.
Braden was there. Again, one of our superstars here at the Pigskin Panel. He's like, oh brother, interesting game to say the least. Yeah, he was one of the 4 people that was there at that Santa Claus fiasco. And the funniest thing was, it was a squish a fish game for everybody that's wondering. So it was the Bills versus Dolphins. Our one buddy's a Dolphins fans. We have 4 tickets. For some odd reason, the one ticket wasn't with us 3. So it was actually across the whole section. So we decided it was a funny idea to let our buddy that's the Dolphins fan stand by himself.
You guys are savages, man.
And he was getting lipped off the whole time. It was this comment. Then I think Ryan Tannehill threw a touchdown. And then Cody was just like Snapchat, and the crowd was like, oh no. And then the guy just leaps and hurdles over.
It was actually one of the cool things about that game was I remember the Dolphins won in overtime. It was one of J.J.'s 200-yard games too.
Yeah, J-Train. Yeah. Choo. Where is he at now?
That guy's a one-hit wonder.
At home.
Is he staying at home?
He's doing what we're doing.
Dude, he remember when he was at the Eagles and he busted out like a 70-yard run, but he got caught by a linebacker, I think it was, and everybody chirped him about how slow he was. That's the end of your career. You get caught by a linebacker and you're a running back, that's it, bro. Forget about it.
Yeah, unless you're Micah Parsons, then it's different.
Yes. Yeah, there's a few exceptions.
Or Chase Young, I guess.
Yes.
He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles? Was he there or no?
No. Yeah. He wasn't there for that. But yeah, crazy. Absolute fun times.
He's from England, I believe, so maybe he's back over there.
Oh, so Jacksonville might be a play for him then. There you go.
Yeah. They like to sign weird guys.
Yeah.
Weird guys.
Let's sign a college analyst to be our tight end and then cut him. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and
sold some jerseys though.
I'll say, and speaking of weird guys, in the preseason here we had a player that was a former first round pick, got cut because of locker room issues, didn't want to play. So then we had the Tennessee Titans pick him up.
Not this guy.
And then got released.
I'm talking about the dude who painted his fingernails and did his nails and shit. We talking about that guy, really?
So Isaiah Wilson, how in the hell does he get a job after?
Guy posts a video with his fingernails all painted up and he's sipping lean the day before the Dolphins physical. Are we talking about this guy?
Yeah. Who signed him? Who signed him? And you'll see why. The team stinks that signed him.
So I'll give you one guess who signed him. And this team absolutely stinks right now. And
the Jaguars?
Nope.
The Giants?
It is the New York Giants.
Oh, my God. You put a guy like that in New York. Are you serious?
No. You know what's hilarious? Look at the schedule for the Giants. These are the next 7 games.
Oh, no.
The Saints, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Panthers, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Bucks. That's 7 losses. And not even exaggerating, there's not a win in there. not a single win possible in that schedule.
That's rough, especially without Sterling Shepard too for a bit. It looks like, and Slayton with both of them with hamstring injuries. It's just like the only healthy wide receiver there is Kenny Golladay, and he's never been healthy in his life.
Evan Ingram.
Man,
ew.
One thing that must be said about the Giants, Jason Garrett is the most boring OC in the entire NFL. That guy has no clue what's going on. I think he was a decent coach at times.
I watched him for 10 years.
These plays that he calls, like, he has good players all over the field too. So there's not even a reason to. And like Danny Dimes, the one thing he can do is throw the ball deep. Like there's no go routes, there's no shots, there's nothing. It's that game against Atlanta I was watching for a bit because I love Calvin Ridley, so I was just watching. And my God, that was the worst game I've ever seen. It was so boring. I couldn't believe it. And like same with the Atlanta Falcons, like Kyle Pitts had 0 targets and he was a 4th overall pick. Like both of these teams are just, I don't know what to even say about them.
Dude, I watched Jason Garrett coach and never once do a game plan for Dak Prescott. He's rolling out the Tony Romo offense year after year. My God, they're different quarterbacks, you moron. Like, come up with a new game plan for your quarterback, for God's sakes.
And I think Dimes, I always say Dimes sucks. Like, I don't think he's good at all. I'm not a believer, but he's played well this year. He even played well against Atlanta, too. I don't think he threw any touchdowns, but, like, man, Jason Garrett does him no favors. That offense.
Well, you also talk about not holding on to the football. Danny Dimes is a king at that. My God.
Yeah.
Like, the guy will just be like this, and then, like, he'll drop it. No one's around you.
It just comes down to his awareness. He just seems like he doesn't know his surroundings when he's in the pocket. Like, and then he panics and he'll throw a pick, or like, I don't know. It's bizarre. He has really bad awareness. At least it seems like he does.
I don't think they're gonna have New York's gonna have patience with him like they did with Eli. I think if he stinks again this year, they're moving on.
Oh, he's gone.
Eli won you 2 Super Bowls, man. You can't.
Yeah, but like the fans, I don't think the fans want to see this again.
Oh God, no.
Because they got tired of Eli at the end of his career too. They don't want to see that same player.
Do they bring Deshaun?
They could try. I hope not.
That'd be actually a sweet spot for him to go, but
they have no line though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
the offensive line is arguably the worst in the NFL.
That's the thing with football, man. If you don't have an O line, your team's gonna be bottom. You're gonna be a bottom feeder team. The only exception to the rule right now is Detroit. They have a good line. They just have the worst defense known to man.
I saw the craziest stat too. Penny Sewell. Oh my Lord! Did you know he hasn't let in a sack since his Oregon days at left tackle in 2018?
Same with Slater. Slater's exactly the same, but Slater's performing better right now.
Slater's a little bit of an exception because he played a lot of guard in college, which is a lot easier to not give up a sack.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Slater's a mauler too.
The center for the Lions actually just got hurt too. What's his name?
Ragnew?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hurt last game, so against the Ravens. So I don't know.
Jared Goff's gonna be throwing picks left, right, and center. If that guy doesn't have a line, it's proven. If he doesn't have an O line, he is panic mode.
Yeah, he's it's weird. It's like so polar opposites. When he has any type of normal pressure, he is like statistically like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. But if he has over a certain amount of time in the pocket, he's the number one. He's the number one quarterback in the league. Like, it's so crazy how polar opposite you could be. Like, how can you not just have a middle ground?
He's one of those guys that if he doesn't, he has to have a good O line. That's why I thought, you know what, maybe Detroit could win. That was part of the reason why I thought maybe, you know what, Detroit could win 4 or 5 games this year. Yeah. I still see it as a possibility. They get Tyrell Williams back.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson's playing like a beast.
That's honestly another reason why the Rams probably got rid of Goff is because they saw that in him. And in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, you need to be able to perform under pressure. And if he statistically can't do it and he shows you he can't do it, they're going to be like, sorry, Like, I know we drafted you first overall, but you can't do what we need you to do.
It's that plain and simple, right?
Well,
Goff's a little stinky sometimes.
The Lions might pull a win out of their ass here this week, though. They play the Bears, and the Bears are just miserable to watch. They're so bad.
Dude, that game plan Nagy put out for Fields was one of the most frustrating things I've ever seen.
Didn't even give him a shot.
He had
and that O-line was hilarious.
One throw with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Why even fucking play the guy? Why are you even bothering playing the guy if you're not even gonna let him throw? What are you supposed to do? Montgomery couldn't even get going either in the run game. It was an absolute nightmare of a game.
Why do you want to throw your rookie quarterback to the wolves like that for no reason? Just play Foles then.
Yeah, I was just about to say, don't they have Big Dick Nick Foles there still?
Yeah. Seriously.
What are we talking about? You trying to kill a rookie quarterback his first start? What are you trying to break all the confidence he had going into that game? He did some good things too, in week 2 when he came in. Didn't he have a touchdown?
Yeah.
It's
the same thing. With Dallas, it's like when we went from Romo to Dak. They're different quarterbacks. You need different game plans. You can't throw out an Andy Dalton game plan to Justin Fields. It doesn't work that way.
Even Mitch Trubisky type of game plan.
Do something like that. I think Nagy, just needs to go. I think he's the problem in Chicago.
If I'm a Bears fan, I almost want to lose this week. Really, Nagy's for sure getting canned if they lose to the Lions this week. There's no shot he doesn't get fired.
He's just a terrible play caller.
Yeah, he's really bad.
You know what's crazy is Mitch Trubisky took that Bears team and that Nagy offense to the playoffs twice.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
They had a good defense too that helped, but
for sure. But Justin's his time will come. He is a good quarterback.
You can't be giving this quarterback no confidence in his first year. It's gonna ruin him.
Yeah, that's how you destroy people. That's how you destroy quarterbacks, man. They don't even have the confidence to fit it into non-tight windows, let alone the hard throws when they're blitzing on third down coming at you hot. What do you expect? It's pure silliness. The Bears look like idiots.
The Bears look like Allen Robinson through 3 weeks has, I think it's 80 yards. He's not even
he's
playing.
One of the wide receivers in fantasy.
He may as well not even be on the field.
He was 2 for 6 last week.
Yards or something.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
For a guy of his stature, he's almost looking like Alshon Jeffrey.
Allen
last year of the Eagles. It's brutal.
10 catches for 86 yards through 3 weeks. Talking about a guy that's had 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns in the season. It's 80 yards through 3 weeks.
I benched him this week, man. There's I know it's against the Lions, but I'm just you know what? I'd rather just start David Montgomery and just screw this, man. It's brutal. Absolutely god awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
Man.
Jalen Johnson's played really well.
Is Dalton supposed to start this weekend? Is he good enough to start?
It's still week to week.
He's playing if he's healthy. Nagy already said that he's playing. Fields is
but if he's out, they said they're undecided on who's playing.
I could see Foles playing.
Why not?
They expect Andy Dalton's practice is limited.
If I also don't understand. Want to play Foles, I have an excuse to lose if I play Foles. When he does that against the Lions, I'm getting canned 100%.
Yeah. I just don't understand why Andy Dalton's the guy if he's healthy. He hasn't been good. Why is he deserving of the starter job?
What other option you got?
I guess. Well, seeing how he doesn't even want to seem to play Fields, I don't see that happening.
Fields isn't ready behind this team.
If I'm Pace, I'm you're not playing Fields if you're gonna do that.
No.
Yeah. No, not a shot in hell.
If it's me, Fields gets a couple trick plays every now and again, comes in, does a couple
of Trey Lance, a Trey Lance.
Yeah.
San Francisco right now with Trey Lance is doing it perfectly. Absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
They don't even have a first next year either. the Bears, so they're in like just
No.
terrible shape at the moment.
So they're sucking for another team.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Sucking for another team. Cool. Yeah, because even Myles Garrett broke the franchise record for sacks that game with 4.5 sacks. Like,
Oh, the Bears O line is it's worse than the Dolphins, and the Dolphins is laughable.
There's
I
actually
just feel sorry for the Bears. The Bears O line. I feel bad for David Montgomery, who's actually I wasn't a fan of his at the beginning, but he's a good back.
he's tough.
But, yeah, he's not bad at all. And you got Mooney and you got Allen Robinson and you got one passing yard. Like it's a joke. Like I would be if there's any jerseys to burn in the league right now, it's the Bears. And I feel sorry for DeLima because he's a diehard Bears fan and he knows his shit about the Bears. But they're not going anywhere with an O-line like that and expecting Justin Fields to take them out of the mud. Like, what are we talking about here?
Because they're in the trenches.
The problem, like, they need to clean house. Like, Pace needs to go and Nagy needs to go. Like, Pace has made so many bad decisions as a GM.
Yeah.
And finally made a good one with Fields. But it's like, if you're going to do this with him, then it's just another bad idea.
Yeah, you're dragging Fields through the mud right now. Like, you're tarnishing it. You're making his name look bad, and it's not him. It's that fucking team.
Yeah.
Pardon my
One thing you
French.
can kind of give Fields is none of these rookie quarterbacks have played well. I think the rookie QBs this year have a combined, it's something like 1-10 record. I think Mac Jones is the only one that's won a game. Trevor Lawrence is 0-3. Zach Wilson's 0-3. Justin Fields hasn't won a game. Mac Jones
Trey
won
Lance
one
is
game.
2-1, baby.
That's it. Yeah. So,
Technically, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. None of these guys have played well, really. And like this Thursday, pretty sure the Jaguars play, do they not? They play the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
So, number
God.
one versus number one.
Dude, I think the Bengals are going to crush them.
Yeah. Jamar
They're
Chase
low-
have a game. T.
Yeah.
Higgins is out too.
Bengals low-key look decent.
Yeah, the Bengals are a nice surprise right now. They're running the ball, they're throwing the ball, defense is keeping them in games. Bengals I was saying this in the group today. Bengals lost their only losses to the Bears, and they should have won that game. So right now we could be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals being a 3-0 team. Yet again, who else would have said that at the beginning of this year?
No,
Yeah.
this season has been crazy, man.
I
It's
would
crazy.
be like at this point, I'd be shocked if the Steelers don't finish last in that division.
They look ugly. Najee Harris on the other end looks really unreal.
Yeah,
They
Roethlisberger needs to retire. Like he's awful.
Roethlisberger's rough. Najee Harris had like 14 receptions because they cannot run the football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Najee Harris, I bet you his longest run this year is like 6 yards. Like it's embarrassing, dude.
and I feel bad for Juju because he's a good receiver that looks bad because his quarterback can't get him the ball.
Crazy thing is, he took less money to return to the Steelers, man. Like, what?
Wow.
Oh, my God.
He turned down a deal from the Kansas City Chiefs to play with Ben Roethlisberger, who's had like 21 injuries in 12 years. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, he's regretting that for sure.
Oh, big time.
Oh, no.
Especially now if Aaron Gordon comes down. I mean,
Josh
Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, basketball. Slam dunking. But yeah, if Josh Gordon comes and starts tearing it up, Juju can look back like shit.
Najee Harris this week had the most targets it was ever since like I think it was since like 1950. I think he had 19 targets this week. Yeah.
Najee?
Yeah, it was the most targets since 1950 something, 1952 or something.
That's insane.
For a running back, not for a player, but for a running back.
Still, for any type of player, man, 19 targets is ridiculous.
Didn't Darren Waller have that against the Ravens?
Yeah, and I thought he had like 30 something. It felt like
Najee had 19 targets, 14 catches for 102 yards. Like
that's literally that's Big Ben saying I just can't throw the ball. Here you go.
The
worst part is they have nothing like for the future. Like Mason Rudolph is not very good, and Dwayne Haskins has a character problem and has proven he can't play that well.
Yeah. We all seen that clip of Big Ben taking the snap taking a 3-step drop and then just flopping to the ground because I think his knees gave out on him. I don't even know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Carson Wentz happened.
It looked like a fish out of water, man.
Yeah, it's really shocking, man. The Steelers, because TJ Watt being hurt and stuff like that doesn't help. But man, like for a storied franchise like that to be kind of just like you said, a fish out of water is just so damn weird. Like I know Broncos that have been a fish out of water for a little bit, being a storied franchise, but man, from the Steelers, it just seems weird, man. It seems super weird.
They're a potential rebuild team. Like they might have to tank a bit, and I feel bad for TJ Watt because he's going to be on a crappy team.
Yeah,
they just honestly, like the O-line can be built through free agency. They need, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers and this Deshaun Watson stuff clears up, that's my guy. That's where I'm going, and Pittsburgh will be right back where they need to be. Yeah,
because it's either retool or rebuild. If you want to retool, go get a quarterback like that. If you want to rebuild, draft one.
In my opinion, they're a retool team. Like they have
enough.
They have good pieces on defense. I seen a stat today that Minkah Fitzpatrick is like one of the worst coverage corners right now.
Which is crazy. Nasty.
They move him from CB to safety, but like his numbers are not. He's been getting toasted this year. I don't know what's going on. Tomlin's never finished worse than 8-8. This is going to be the year if Big Ben doesn't smarten up or whatever.
Especially because you can't go 500 this year.
Yeah. It's almost at the point where do you roll? Who's better, Rudolph or Haskins? And maybe you got to give him a go because Big Ben's clearly hurt right now. He's not. He ain't.
We want Doc.
He can't move.
He ain't
anytime there's pressure, he just falls and gets a sack because he can't move.
It's brutal. It's like watching your dad play quarterback, and you got 21-year-old pass rushers full of energy and swim moves and power moves coming at you, and the old man just chucks her into the dirt and takes the penalty.
Well, that's what pros always say. Like, I will retire when my body tells me. It's like I think Ben's body's telling him it's time.
Big Ben is that uncle at the barbecue. Hey, young fella, let me get that ball real quick.
Get away from me, weird man.
That's the exact reference I was looking for.
I don't even know who you are.
Who are you?
You're old.
Well, Big Ben ain't no Uncle Drew, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh God, no. Uncle Drew. Oh yeah. Then freaking whatchamacallit, man. The Texans look absolutely awful out Tyrod Taylor, man. Davis Mills. I don't know.
Dude, that's another guy. He's a rookie. Like he shouldn't be playing right now.
The Texans
He's a development guy.
The biggest favorite I've ever seen in a game is this week. The Bills are favored to win 16.5 over the Texans. 16.5 dogs.
I would have a hard time not taking the over.
The crazy thing is I would take the Bills.
Yeah. That's like some college like over-unders. Sometimes it's like 52. It's like, well, I'm going to take the over, I think. Because Alabama's playing, Bowling Green.
The over-under is 47, and I bet you 40 of those points are to the Texans for implied points. So, 16.5 dog. I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe like once.
We were 11.5 going into the Jets game, and we blew them out.
I remember a couple of Jets games when they went or the Browns when they went 0-16. I think it got up to like 15-16, but I haven't seen that in a while.
You almost have to be like Michael Jordan, man. You looking at that as like, I take that personally. Like, like you're a professional team, and you're thinking like usually the average anywhere from like 3 to 7 points, and you're getting 16.
Yeah. But you're starting to see why Deshaun Watson's kind of like, I'll just sit out because this team sucks.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to play for them.
However, Brandon Cooks has been on fire.
Yeah, until he gets hit in the head again.
Yeah.
And his brain goes back to mashed potatoes.
You guys played
and it's Thanksgiving time.
Concussion number 10. Perfect.
Yeah, he's Reggie Ray from Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah, that's the reference I was trying to get to.
He's just hanging on. They duct tape his feet.
Home score, visitor score, Reggie Ray concussions.
Yeah. And sadly, Reggie Ray's got more concussions than the Texans are going to put up points on Sunday. So.
Yes.
Yep. And then speaking of it, boys, like you said, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Cincinnati Bengals coming up this Thursday. What do you guys predict? What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Man, Lawrence looks not good.
Yeah. Probably Bengals 27-10, we'll say.
I think Lawrence will have a better game. I'm going to say like 28-21 Bengals. I think the Bengals will win, but I think it's about time Lawrence shows what he's like capable of.
On a short week, you think? You really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think did Burrow not beat Lawrence at Clemson for that title? Or was
yes.
I think Lawrence will be. I think he might win this week. I think he'll be wanting to get some payback for that. I don't know. I think if they're gonna win, it's gonna be in a game like this in prime time. The lights flashing. He'll want to beat Burrow.
Cody loves the hottest takes, man. They got habaneros on him.
I'm with Cody, man. Cody, I'm with you. I'm getting the Jacksonville winning this thing 21-17 off a field goal.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. 2017 off a field goal.
I just think of it in this sense. The Jags are a terrible team, but they have to win a game. They're not going to lose every single game. You know what I mean? So, like, they're not going to go 0-17.
Yeah, but if they play the Jets, then I'll take them then.
Oh, wait. Time out. No, I think I'm going to go Cincy now because there's some more breaking news that C.J. Henderson just got traded. So, who is going to be on Jamar Chase?
I don't even know who they have back there.
They have from the Seahawks, Griffin.
Yeah, Shaquille.
Yeah. But still, you got Tyler Boyd there. You got Mixon still.
This Griffin? Or the other one?
The two-handed Griffin. Jesus, man.
I didn't know which one it was.
Savage. 21
Flag
Savage.
on the play.
Man, they're both
Offside.
good.
Yeah, flag on the play.
No, but the corner Griffin is the better player.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. The other one's on the Dolphins practice squad.
Oh, nice.
It's in Cincy. Honestly, the Jaguars could have won that game against the Cards. They only lost by really at the end of the game.
You guys think Trevor Lawrence's first primetime game on a short week with the worst team potentially in the NFL, and you think they're going to upset the Bengals at home? Like the Bengals are at home, and you think they're going to upset?
I'm taking it. I'm taking the hot take.
I only like it.
I'm taking it.
Like
Sharp, you got a brain on you, right?
I'm taking.
I think so.
All right, who are you going with?
Oh, I'm going Bengals all the way.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's the right side versus the left side.
Yep.
The Bengals
Left
are only
side.
favored by
Right
7
side.
points. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think they're better. I think
Lawrence
Pittsburgh's better than Jacksonville, and Bengals
Lawrence
just crushed
is
them.
gonna show like he's had a pretty bad start. He's looked pretty bad. So
Yeah, very
he's
bad.
gonna have that added incentive to go and play well. Like people are going to be watching this game. Like look at last week. I think it was the highest ever Thursday night football attendance, and then the week before that, Giants football team, same thing. Like people are watching these Thursday night football games.
Yeah, but looking at the other side too, Burrow could be the same way. He was hurt for a lot of last year.
Yeah, but
Burrow's a man on a
good.
Burrow's a man on a mission right now.
Right now, I guess he does with his injury. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to Lawrence because I feel like if he is this like generational quarterback, like when's he gonna show it in his first?
I'm just saying. I think this is both of their first primetime game in the NFL. So I don't think Burrow had one last year before he got injured.
Boys, the only reason the Jaguars were in the game last week is a fluke. They took it 109 yards to stay even relevant in that game. Like every game, they're getting blown out.
I'm pretty sure Burrow played the Browns last year in prime time. I'm pretty sure that was the game where he threw like 60 passes or whatever it was. That absurd.
Oh, maybe.
I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure that was the game, Thursday night football game.
And I think the control for the game, I don't think it'll be Trevor Lawrence, man, for that game. If the Jacksonville don't pull it off, I think it's gonna be on the back of James Robinson. I think he's due for basically the game that I think everybody's been waiting for him. It'd be a lot of, and I think it really sparks the control that will open up Trevor Lawrence, because I think the biggest thing that they couldn't establish a run game for anything, like a consistent run game where it keeps the defense a little bit more honest, and they can run Trevor Lawrence's play action off of it, because if we know from Clemson, his play action game, RPO type of style, was kind of his bread and butter in Clemson, and he hasn't really been able to get that started. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville on the hints that James Robinson's gonna get it started, and then
I looked it up. That was a Thursday night football game that when they played the Browns, and he threw.
But again, with that call out, again, I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to a field goal kick at the end of the fourth quarter to win the game.
No, it's gonna be a knee by Joe Burrow to end the game.
I think the Jags are a terrible team, but if Burrow doesn't do something this week to show us that he's like a really, the guy, like I get the team sucks and all that, but like got to do something, right? His quarterback rating's got to be like, I would think in the 60s. I'll take it. Yeah,
Burrow's
60.3 is his quarterback rating.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
Sorry, Trevor Lawrence through 3 weeks. Like that's really bad.
Oh, it's hilarious.
So,
but they're gonna beat the Bengals.
Maybe.
James Robinson had a big week last week. He had like 20 carries for 88 and a touchdown, plus some receiving work. Like, it doesn't matter if you get him going. It's just the Jags. They're gonna be. I got a feeling it's gonna be like this for the Jags for the year. They may, if anything, I think the Jags will be lucky to win 2 games this year.
Yeah. Well, the Jags defense is gonna have to worry about more than just Burrow. Like Mixon, when healthy, he's a great running back.
Yeah.
So if he gets going,
like the Texans are probably they're definitely a bottom 5 team, and they got absolutely – didn't they get waxed by the Texans? Didn't Tyrod just throw all over them?
Yeah.
Who?
So,
week one, right?
It was week 1, so I can't really say I'm not going to put too much merit on that, but, if Tyrod Taylor can throw all over you, then, geez, what do you think Joe Burrow is going to do to you without C.J. Henderson on top of that?
That was kind of crazy, man. Did they ever say what happened with that? Was it just character issues?
It has to be an internal problem with him with the team.
He probably losing.
I've never heard anything about him having character issues. I think it was just I don't think he wanted to play there.
Yeah.
Seemed like Urban Meyer had no problem trading him. So
for nothing, you get a tight end that's like a blocking tight end and a third rounder for a guy you just drafted.
Yeah,
in the first round.
Arnold looked all right on that Thursday night game.
And he's not a bad tight end, but like it's like why are you getting that in return?
Panthers came out with
the Jags are in desperation mode. They lost O'Shaughnessy or whatever. He's on IR, so they had literally no tight end. They cut Tim Tebow, so they can't roll Timmy Tebow in there.
Trade a draft pick, like a late draft pick for Arnold. Why are you giving? Like, I know you got a third as well in return, but you drafted this guy in the first round last year. It makes no sense to give up on someone that quick for nothing.
And talented, too. Like, he's not just a bum.
I think he was the first corner taken last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a problem there. So
no, Kudo was the first corner taken.
Oh, yeah, at number 2.
Yeah, sorry.
Who has been?
That guy can't stay healthy. I feel bad for him.
Like, even when healthy, not good.
Yeah,
well, he played like 4 games.
Okuda goes out there 2 weeks ago, plays absolutely terrible, gets ripped by his defensive coach, goes out there right after halftime and rips his Achilles up. It's like, oh, come on, man.
You cannot write that up even. Like, it's crazy. Absolute wild. But before we go on, to the ending closing segments here, one of the biggest things to talk about is probably the biggest shit kicking I think is going to happen this weekend. It's not with any of these teams, not with the Jets or anything like that. I think Tampa Bay is going to run over New England. Like, I don't see any way. Like, Tom Brady goes in there just like, this is going to be another game. He is going to want to just shred the New England Patriots. And I think it is going to be ugly.
Yeah, it is going to be.
Now,
Okay.
Mac Jones. Now, this is a hot take. If Cody wants to take a hot take, Mac Jones spoils Tom Brady's return to New England would be ridiculous.
Dude, Mac Jones has been mediocre at best this year. And going against Tampa, no way.
I think that literally has like a 0.5% chance of happening.
What's the spread? What's the spread on that? Let's see. It's
not
only
going to
a
be
touchdown.
good. Oh, God.
They have it at
Hammer the over.
Yeah.
They have,
He's gonna be
Tampa Bay at 7.
Especially with all the things that came out today, like Bill Belichick saying he didn't even say bye to Brady, thought he was done. I don't know if you guys seen that article that came out today.
Oh, with his trainer?
No, there's a different article that came out today.
I didn't see that one.
Saying that Bill Belichick didn't even want to say bye to Brady. Like I don't even think they said goodbye or anything like that.
What a loser, man! Like,
yeah, it was pretty aggressive to say the least. Like the guy should be your best friend. Like he carried you through everything.
Especially you as a GM and a coach. Like this guy won you.
Exactly. Like
historically changing championships. Like, what do you even mean?
I didn't quite understand either. Like
you're not winning those many chips with Drew Bledsoe. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the game I'm most excited to watch this week, actually, I think it'll be a really good game, is Vikings-Browns. I think that's going to be a really good game. Both teams are 1-2, I'm pretty sure.
Vikings could be 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, they've played well enough to win every game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Cody, man, we're going to put some dew? Or what? Like Shane, Uncle Shay, and Skip? We're going to put some dew?
I think I don't really have too much of a feeling about this game against the Broncos. I think it's going to be actually a pretty close game. I don't even think anyone's even favored in this game right now, which is pretty weird.
It goes by a PK. I think we have the advantage on a kick.
Yeah, so that just shows how close the game will likely be.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not 3 points. It's literally say a PK.
Yeah, like nobody's even favored in this game. So,
well, I'll tell you right now that Lamar's got to throw better than 50% completion percentage, like he did against the Lions, against the Broncos. If they want
to will tear.
Well, when you're only throwing 32 passes and 4 of them are dropped, it would have been 60% and probably 400 yards.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the case. So,
gotta be pinpoint. Because we will play man against you guys. That is for sure.
You think Hollywood's gonna get open like that against Surtain? I don't know about
Butterfinger Brown. You talking Butterfinger Brown here?
I think,
guy's favorite chocolate bar, right, Sharp?
Yeah.
I think Bryce Callahan will probably cover Mark Andrews actually out of the slot.
I don't think that'll be the best idea.
And then
unless you have Kareem Jackson really helping out, but
yeah,
you guys have Kendall Fuller too, didn't you? Is that
Kyle Fuller?
Kyle Fuller. Yeah,
the better. Yeah, the better.
Yeah, the better of the two. So he's going to be on Brown all game then.
Yeah, probably.
Surtain probably should be.
Sammy Watkins, one of the two.
If it ain't for Hollywood, that offense, wide receiver wise, barely moves the ball.
Yeah.
Like Mark Andrews had a big game finally.
We had to play a quarterback spy all game. Like AJ Johnson, he has to spy the whole damn game.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing that's going to torch us.
Maybe see Simmons move up in the box a lot too.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever the Lions did, they did really well against Lamar. Whenever he scrambled, he was smothered.
Yeah. Oh, and your O-line is hurting too. Vaughn might be creeping.
Lamar, this game's going to be close, but I see Lamar having some struggles because that O-line can't pass protect. Really,
this game sucks that you don't have Chubb.
Oh
yeah, seriously.
It'd be crazy. We'll see too. It'll be kind of a shock, I think, to Teddy's system too. After playing 3 teams that are 0-3, having to go out there and actually.
This is when we can
Wait,
truly
wait.
evaluate Teddy. Really, I think.
And that's the one thing I want to see is Teddy his decisions against like Marlon Humphrey. Like that is the biggest thing I want to see.
Well, we can truly evaluate the Broncos as a team.
Yeah.
Finally,
Like that meme said, Broncos are 3-0. So I don't know if they're good or.
Yeah.
I posted that thing in the group today, and I'm sitting there going, the Broncos are 3-0. They haven't beat anybody respectable yet, but the Broncos are a respectable team.
Yeah.
So
it sounds weird, but I'm more confident about the Cowboys at 2-1 than you probably are about the Broncos at 3-0, just because of the caliber that we've played so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like we faced the Giants, Jets, and Jags. So.
The one nice thing that Teddy did though in those games is he didn't play down to his opponents. He ripped each one,
and he has no picks.
So.
He has 0 picks.
He doesn't turn the ball over. That's why the Broncos chose him to be the starters, because you don't know what you're going to get out of Drew Lock, and he'll turn the ball over. When you got when you have a defense as good as the Broncos, do you need to force things, or can you just let the game flow as it's supposed to be? Don't turn the ball over, and you'll be okay.
And to be honest, man, our run game hasn't really been there yet. Like other than Melvin Gordon's, breakout 75-yard run type of thing. But if you take that off the table, man, our run game really hasn't been.
Are they not playing Javonte that much?
Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Javonte's are starting running back.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Are they splitting a bit?
Yeah. He's splitting a bit, pass catching out of the backfield with Gordon,
50-50
stuff like that.
basically.
Yeah.
It's a timeshare for sure.
Zeke and Pollard kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Chubb and Kareem Hunt type of thing.
Yeah.
That's actually probably more the comparison is Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I think. In terms of like pass catching out the backfield and stuff like that. But yeah, it just seems like it's not pretty, I guess, because like every time Javonte does get the ball, it's like 3-4 yards, but it's not breaking out, 35-yard runs. He'll get the ball, give you 4 yards, basic carry. You know what I mean? That'll win you the game, but
does he have that speed in the open field? Yeah. If he gets there, yeah.
Yeah, and the power strength. Literally, he's like a poor man's Nick Chubb.
Okay.
In my opinion,
Nick Chubb can't catch the football.
Well, that's why they have Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but he said he's a poor man's Nick Chubb.
In terms of his running style.
Yeah, just speed.
Okay.
Speed, power. Can be able to truck people, break tackles. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But yeah, so fellas, we're at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Man, that flew by. Holy crap. So I guess to wrap it up, we're gonna do our famous hot take segment. And what was everybody's hot takes last week?
I did pretty good. I said Bengals would beat the Steelers, and they did.
I said that the Jags were going to beat the Cards, and it was looking like they could for a bit there.
And then got roasted.
Yeah.
I think mine was Rams beat the Bucks. I could be wrong though on that.
Yeah, mine was the Dolphins to beat the Raiders, and yeah. It looked good. That 6-6 and stuff like that. It looked good.
You were close. You were very close.
All right, here. So, the Chiefs to lose. Okay. So, let's see what everybody's hot take will be this week here. And we will start off with Cody, a.k.a. Mr. Hot. No, we'll say Mr. Hot Take for himself for the end. And then everybody, if you guys have your hot takes in the comment section, we have our boy Brandon Lima guest Derrick Henry stat line the one time as a hot take for 200 total yards, which is kind of crazy. So big shout out to you, Brandon, again for that. So definitely drop yours, guys, hot takes in the comment section below. But Mike Sharp, man, what are you thinking?
This could really just look bad for me if it doesn't work out. But I'm taking the Jets over the Titans. This could go really south, but the Titans have been up and down a little iffy this year, and I think Zach Wilson's going to figure something out maybe. I just wanted to go hard, hot take. I know the Jets stink, though.
Yeah, they really do.
watch them play. They don't know what the hell is going on, but maybe they figure out something for 4 quarters. I need to make it a hot take. I can't have like a borderline game.
I love it. Joel, what about yourself?
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins to upset against the Colts this weekend. Carson Wentz does not look too hot. I don't know what's going on with that guy. His ankles are made of glue, so we'll see. They're held together by a couple screws, I think, at this point. So we'll see what's cooking there. But I think the Dolphins could potentially upset the Colts.
All right. And then for me, I'm going to go here, man. No one's going to see this coming, but I'm going to have the Eagles upsetting the Chiefs and handing the Chiefs their 3rd loss in a row.
Wow.
Hang on. Excuse me?
Did you just watch the Eagles play?
Yep.
Yeah.
Saying it. Hey.
That old line
is
a hoop.
Yeah, that D line or the D in general.
Yeah.
Hot takes for a reason. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I got
true.
the Eagles taking the Chiefs.
I took the Jets, so I really can't say much.
And then if that happens, oh, baby,
Yeah.
the AFC is looking nice.
You got to beat the Ravens first, AJ.
If that happens, I'm Nostradamus.
Oh, my God. That's –
Dad.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
We got Braden here with the AFC West division game. He said Raiders-Chargers game. Both quarterbacks throw for over 350, 3 touchdowns, 31-28 win for the Chargers. Field goals to win it as his hot take.
That is very specific. And if that hits, my God.
Yeah, Braden, you might need to put like a FanDuel bet on that, man.
Yeah,
that might be some chatter. You could be the next 20. Sorry, you guys see that too? There's another 25 bet winner that needed the Eagles to win for 71,000.
Well, he's an idiot for picking the Eagles.
Yeah.
Hey, so what are you trying to call me?
What?
No, just that week. Just that week.
And then last but not least, Mr. Hot Take himself, Cody Mcguire. What are you saying?
I'm going to take the Vikings to put the Browns to 2-2. I think Kirk Cousins is going to throw for 303 touchdowns, and he's going to hurl himself in the MVP conversation. You cannot be playing much better than he is playing at the moment.
I thought your hot take was Jags over Bengals.
No, that was just my hot take for tomorrow, not for the week.
Oh, there's a hot week for just Thursdays.
Hot week,
baby. Hot day.
I don't really think anyone's expecting the Vikings to win. Like, are you? Or like, really? Like,
they're good enough to win.
They're definitely good enough.
Their defense is really bad. I mean, the Browns. How can we take the Browns seriously if they lose this game? Like,
they're at home too. Like,
all right, fine. I'll pick a hotter take. Fine.
No. Keep your take.
Take is not hot enough.
Texans are going to beat the Bills.
No, I actually was going to pick Zach Wilson to throw. Like, I was going to go for 3 touchdowns and win over the Titans because he's got it. Same, like, this guy went 2nd overall, right? Like, he has to play well eventually. Like, you cannot play this bad this many times in a row versus a secondary that's that bad.
Julio and AJ are going to be out of the game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ Brown's going to be gone. Julio. Yeah. I mean, if they're ever to win a game, this actually might be maybe the week. I mean, the Titans are still a good team. Derrick Henry will probably run for 300 yards on the Jets. So,
I just can't put a hot take when there's a 12-year-old kid on Instagram roasting the Jets play-by-play.
Yeah, that sucks.
He's funny.
What do you call the Walmart?
Walmart DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Corey Davis.
Look at Corey Davis.
The Walmart. That's fair.
Yeah, Corey Davis looks really bad for the Jets.
Yeah, he's not that good.
No, he's not that guy, pal.
Yeah, you're not that guy.
you're just not it. You're not
He would be good on a better team for sure, but like it's hard to have respectable numbers on such a bad team, like a bad offense. What does Zach Wilson have? Like 400 yards passing through 3 games? Cool.
Yeah.
His leading wide receiver in yards is probably like Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, it's tough there. Right
People
now.
don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he has the most targets. That's crazy. He had like 13 targets the one game. Like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like who? Like
Yeah. Snoop Dogg who?
yeah, it sucks. If you want to hear my biased hot take,
He does. He has 4 more yards than Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh God.
My biased hot take.
Oh, here we go.
Is the Broncos go in and beat the Ravens in a statement finish that puts Teddy in the MVP race.
A statement finish, eh? Okay.
A statement.
Teddy
Really?
ain't no
In a game that
MVP
has-
race.
If the only reason I said that is if they win and he plays lights out, he actually will be in the MVP race, like, or at least consideration early on, like guys playing.
I know.
lights
I
out.
mean, Derek Carr is right now. So
Guys, can we stop
Yeah.
talking about MVP races when we're in week 3? Week
Hey.
4 hasn't
after
even
this week,
started
it'll be a
yet.
quarter of the season. You gotta at least start thinking about it.
now the media blows it up too much.
Way too much. Let's talk. Don't even start the conversation until half the season.
They talk about like, oh, this team's gonna win the division. Like they're saying that about Dallas. We're 2-1. Let's not talk about that right now.
The only reason I hope the Cowboys lose from now on is because I do not want to watch Skip brag about it on the show. Oh my
I
God,
don't- I don't-
he's terrible about it, man.
I don't
All
watch
of
Undisputed.
America.
I legit like. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I legit don't watch Undisputed because of Skip. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, it's tough, man. He was bragging, saying that the Cowboys were gonna finish. We're already right now gonna compete for the NFC Championship. I was like, dude, take it easy, man.
Does that all the time.
Ridiculous.
And the problem is, there's a lot of Cowboys fans out there like that, and that's why people hate us. It's because of people like that.
Yeah.
America's team,
Yeah.
baby.
This year is our year. Just watch. Just watch and wait.
Yeah. The Cowboys are definitely good.
Oh yeah.
They're like
It
the
doesn't
defense
help
is
that
night
the
and day this year.
Yeah.
The Bucks and the Rams are in the NFC too. So I mean,
Yeah, and the
Yes.
Packers.
And the Packers.
It's pretty competitive, if you do say so myself. But
Yeah.
however, on the bright spot is for you, Mike, man, you guys had cornerback issues. Trayvon Diggs is playing at all-pro level right now.
Yeah,
Ridiculous. Absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I'd say that's a bit of a first and second round last year. CeeDee Lamb and Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like Diggs is unreal, but like what is Jalen Hurts doing throwing that ball to the inside? Like I swear, bro, that's rookie. That's a mistake. You just can't, those are mistakes you can't make. Like that throw to Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing, man?
Pick
That's
six.
got to go to the outside. Like that's a pick play. That's a pick six.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. Like what are you
Hurts looked flustered like all game.
doing? Yeah.
He looked
he did do a
like
couple of nice things. His touchdown to Ward was really nice. Rolled out.
Oh yeah. Hurts is
was nice.
Hurts is their best playmaker on offense. He's
Yeah.
better. He's a better playmaker than Miles Sanders with his legs.
I was gonna say, is Miles Sanders? He's been so hyped up about and just like
I've
Is he
never
guy?
I've never been a big fan of Miles Sanders, honestly.
yeah,
He's okay. He's okay.
just
Nothing,
Well,
nothing,
I mean,
special, nothing
Yeah.
special for me.
You're not gonna win a divisional game and beat the Cowboys when your running backs combined for 3 carries.
Yeah,
oh, they abandoned the run right away. I didn't get that either.
It was a
Hurts
bizarre-
ain't that guy either to just sit there and chuck it.
No, he's not going to throw. You don't want him to throw 50 times a game.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We've seen that 3 times already this year. Like it's ridiculous.
There's a lot of teams abandoning the run right away. It's like you need to establish that at some point.
Yep.
You can't just get away from it. Then everyone knows what you're doing.
You're talking to a Dolphins fan, man. Like
just you can just see the expression before Joel can even just say it. Just memories of the Dolphins.
because everything bad that we've talked about is relatable to my team.
You You gotta play who this week? Colts?
Indy.
Yeah.
Indy's been poop, right? Too. So maybe Dolphins can go to 2-2, and if the Dolphins can go to 500, without Tua, and then I think next week we have the Bucs. I think so. Like, oh my god, dude.
Well, you got Jacoby Brissett revenge game this week.
That is.
It's not revenge when Indianapolis saved your life.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Oh, brother.
This guy stinks.
Yeah, so Tua's out again, eh?
Yeah, they're saying he's probably going to be shut down for 3 games. So definitely not playing him. Why would you rush him back this week and then he's got to play Devin White and Levante David, Jack Barrett, and Jason Pierre-Paul, and Vita Vea? Oh, my God. Give me a break.
Oh, you had broken ribs before? Oh.
Yeah.
Here's a broken vertebrae to go with that.
Yeah. First snap, Vita Vea is like, I'm going to break your other ribs. And Tua is just like, oh, shit.
Cracked sternum and a collapsed lung. Perfect.
FU just.
Yeah. Before the game, Tua is like, just give me the Tyrod Taylor treatment. Just shove that needle right in my lung.
Yeah. It's right there, Doc. Right there.
Are you sure? Yeah, just put it in there, man. You see who I'm going up against?
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So week 3 is coming tomorrow. We get to see hopefully the upset. What we say with the Jags, get the Bengals, and then we're up here with week 4, man. Like it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, the season stays on pace the way it's been on pace. This crazy, entertaining football. There really hasn't been anything that you can say like other than the game that Cody watched with the Falcons. But it's been a great season so far. I can't wait to see what other craziness is here. But other than that, guys, for everybody that's still watching, in the comment sections and supporting us all the time, again, thank you for stopping by and checking us out, watching us live or after when it's uploaded to YouTube. But before we sign off here, guys, you wanted to give any lasting words to the fans? We start with my man Mike Sharp because he's on to the right of me.
Jay's big win today. 4 games to go. 4 wins. Let's go here.
Big J's, MLB, for those that don't know. If you don't know, now you know. Joel?
Yes.
Yeah, worst 3-0 team right now is the Raiders. So, Matt Thompson, I'm coming for you tomorrow.
Cody?
Just checking here. Who's home and who's away? Mile High.
I believe Mile High.
We're at Mile High, so we know Tucker can hit from 66 at Mile High. He might hit a game winner for 70 this weekend. We'll see.
Oh, my God. Oh, brother.
Get that mountain air carrying the ball.
Get out.
It's going to be an interesting game. There's the door right behind you. And then other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week 4 coming up. This has been the Pigskin Panel with your hosts, Mike Sharp, Joe Braga, Cody Mcguire, and myself, AJ Lavender. Until next week, guys, we'll see you Wednesday, 8:30. And to retain all the information and the results and the plays that went down in week 4 and get to do the preview of week 5. Until next time, guys, deuces. Ravens suck.
Oh, man.
They do. They really do.